Hey, what's up, guys? This is Cody the Coin Raptor, and in this video, I'm going to talk about the reasons why I think that we could be on the cusp of another major crypto altcoin season, what's going on with Bitcoin, especially after the last couple of days, and also we're going to be talking about where we are in the Bitcoin cycle. Now, as usual, I would always appreciate if you like, subscribe, share this video if you enjoy this content. We actually recently got to 700 subscribers. I'm not at 700 subscribers, so thanks to you guys. I appreciate everything you've done, and hopefully we can get to 750, 800 in the next couple of months. Additionally, if you like my content, also be sure to check out my new X account. My previous one was struck down because they thought I was a bot, so now I've created a new X account. It's at Real Coin Raptor. Okay, appreciate that, guys. So Bitcoin right now has had a fairly strong past couple of weeks. It bounced off the lows here at 108. I said previously that it was entirely possible that we'd actually get a really nice run up in the Bitcoin price, and it's right at the cusp of going above the Supertrend indicator for sell. Now, in order for it to get to that point, it has to get past 117. As soon as it hits 117, it will flip back to a buy on the Supertrend indicator, and when that happens, I'll make sure I make a video about it. But this video, I also want to talk about altcoins as well, because I think that we're on the cusp of a new altcoin season. If you take a look at the Bitcoin dominance, which is the Bitcoin share of the crypto market here, and I back this out a little bit, you can see that the Bitcoin dominance has finally broken this large uptrend that it's been on for the past, say, couple of years or so. Again, we can zoom out here and take a look at the weekly. You can see this nice uptrend that Bitcoin dominance has had up until about the past couple of weeks, and it's actually broken through support here at 57%. Right now, sitting at about 57.59. So it's broken through that level of support, and usually when Bitcoin breaks through this level of support, you wind up seeing a lower share of Bitcoin dominance compared to altcoins. And so that's going to be my first reason here, is the fact that we're actually seeing this Bitcoin dominance head lower. Now, if you take a look at Ethereum, you can see here that Ethereum has broken out. It actually broke out above the $4,000 mark. This happened back in August, and now it's bumped up its head against the longer term resistance level here at about 4,700. Now, this previous high was made back in November of 2021, and it's basically knocking at the door of that resistance level. And this is another reason why I think that we're on the cusp of another altcoin season, is the fact that we've seen incredible strength in all altcoins, and I expect that this is going to continue to happen. I expect that it's going to push above that resistance level and go higher. This is also something we see with Solana as well. You take a look here at Solana, very, very close to all-time highs here in November 2021, and then back in January of 2025, very close to all-time highs. And when these actually do cross those all-time highs, we get a new all-time high for Ethereum, for Solana. I'll make a video about that, so if you guys are interested, be sure to subscribe. Also, let me know if you actually appreciate the dark mode or not. If you want me to keep dark mode or light mode, it's kind of a preference either way. I don't really care. And if we take a look at the the total market cap for altcoins here, we can see the total has actually been fairly close to where it was back in 2021. You can see the high right here in 2021, November-ish. And then again, it tried to go back up here at about December or so of 24, and it did not continue. It went down after that. But now we have basically a new all-time high in the altcoin market cap. So it's all of the coins minus Bitcoin, and we're sitting at the market cap of $1.7 trillion in this new market cap. Additionally, take a look at the stablecoins. Stablecoins also making a new all-time high. The stablecoin market cap chart all the way up to about 267 billion or so. So we've seen huge strength among altcoins and stablecoins throughout the summer. Additionally, we take a look at our liquidations. We see here that the short liquidations for all crypto has about $400 million or so on one day. That's the 11th of September. That's one of the reasons why we've seen the total crypto market cap move up much, much higher. If we take a look at just Bitcoins, we can see here Bitcoin had about $90 million worth of short liquidations, and that's one of the reasons why we've seen the Bitcoin price climb to where it is right now. Taking a look at our liquidation heat map for Bitcoin, we can see here that we've actually moved down quite a bit. Before we were talking about $15-20 billion or so. Now it's down to about $8 billion, which is the high among all the coins. You have Ethereum, that's about $6 billion or so, and Solana, that's at about about $500 or so million with Solana. These are all the long liquidations, okay? Or these are all the short liquidations that could potentially happen if it gets past a certain point. Bitcoin, you have to get to 128K in order to get that close to $9 billion worth of short liquidations. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, and another reason why I think that altcoin season could be upon us, is you take a look at the spot ETF net flows. Okay, so we take a look at Bitcoin spot net flows. We can see here that last week was a very strong week for Bitcoin, $2.3 billion worth of weekly total net inflows. And this was led by the increase at IBIT, or sponsored by BlackRock. Okay, they had huge inflows, and they continue to be at the top here of about $60 billion worth of the cumulative net inflows, so they are still the king. You take a look at Ethereum's net flows, and you can see Ethereum has set about $637 million worth of net flows into that Ethereum spot ETF, with, again, you have BlackRock at the top of that for the ETH $12.89 billion worth of cumulative net inflows for the Ethereum A spot ETF. So it's another reason why I think that we've seen such a large increase in the Ethereum price, is that we've had such a large amount of buying going on with this Ethereum spot ETF. You can see here, just totally explosive over the past month. Now, in addition to that, we also have whales that are buying Bitcoin, okay? We have this whale here. This is one of the largest whales, whale wallet number 7. You can see whale wallet number 7 adding thousands and thousands of Bitcoin over the past month or two here. 3,500 here, 3,500 here, 5,600 here, 2,700 here. Huge numbers of Bitcoin. And again, whales buying the dip. That's another reason why we've seen the Bitcoin price go up so high. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is where we are in the Bitcoin cycle. So the Bitcoin cycle right now is approaching a certain level of maturity. We've seen here that we're in this yellowish region. Now, as a reminder, this is BitBo's chart here, and this BitBo chart allows us to take a look at the Bitcoin cycles, and they're color-coded based on the days until the next halving. We tend to see that Bitcoin tends to run from anywhere from this red color all the way up to yellow, okay? And then as it approaches green, it tends to fall. That light green, it tends to fall and fall and fall, and then it tends to pick up as we get closer and closer to the next halving, which is this blue color right here. So we're actually pretty late in the cycle right now, and we are firmly within that window, that explosive window that we've seen Bitcoin move up in back in like 2017 here, back in 2013 and here, and again back in say about 2020 and 2020 in this area right here. And we've seen Bitcoin firmly on that trajectory to head to a new bull top, a new all-time high. I think that's going to be a thing that's coming, which will probably happen within the next year or two. All right, so that's all I've got for you guys. Let me know what you guys think about this. If you want me to talk more about altcoins, leave a comment below. If you want me to keep this on dark mode, again, leave a comment below. I'm interested in hearing about what you guys are doing. I'm not buying, I'm not selling, I'm still holding. If I buy or if I sell, you can bet that there's going to be a video coming for that. And for Bitcoin in the near term, I do expect Bitcoin is going to make a new all-time high. Again, it's only a matter of when and not if. This is Cody the Coin Raptor, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.